Jaguar, some would say a British icon back in the days of making fantastic little cars like this one, the XJ220. Also notable are the E-Type, D-Type and quite a fair few others, including stuff like the XJS, and it goes on and on and on. Now, although we all know the XJ220, do we know of a slightly different variant that it had? We're talking about this, the XJ220 TWR. Now this is available in the car pass, and let's see, we'll go ahead and have a listen to how it is stock. Now didn't that sound cool? So firstly today we're going to have a look at conversion, and what we can do, we can put an engine in it, which is the Racing V12. Not sure which one I like best out of those, but I think I'm going to stick with the stock engine. Now, we're going to go ahead and make this thing all-wheel drive like usual, and we'll probably go and get ourselves our drag build underway. Now, the first thing I want to find out if we do any of that is how much can we get out of this car, because we had 680 brake horsepower stock, and I just want to see what we can get. So if we slap on our twin turbos, we get 918 brake horsepower, which is actually not that much considering what this thing is. I guess for back in its day, it used to be very, very quick. So I think what we could do instead is go and put this thing on some semi-slick and go and take it racing, because that's this thing's home after all. Now we do have the option for some aero at the front, which is just a splitter. And what do we have at the back? Please don't say it's a hideous wing. Oh. You can barely even see it, so we're going to go ahead and toss that on there really quickly. Now we're going to go put on some brakes and some suspension. Never mind. And I think that should be about it. Yep, we should be good. I'm going to go ahead, finish up all of these little upgrades and fine-tuning bits, and then we're going to go and take this thing out for a race. So something else I almost forgot to add was all of the different manufacturer colours you've got. Now, as we can see here, sadly there's no advanced spacey options, but if we go into the manufacturer paints, we've got the blue, we've got a green, sort of an olive green kind of, got a rather nice orange, a red, and a yellow as well. Looking very, very nice indeed. So here's what we're going to be using. We've got the Player Azul circuit, once again on highly skilled difficulty, and let's see what happens. This is a different track to what we took the Celica on, but, well, I don't know what's going to happen here. So straight away this thing is unbelievably fast and is actually really good at turning. This thing holds the road super well. We've got to try and see how its brakes are going to be going up into the first major sharp corner of here. So we brake early and send it through there. And actually this thing is going to be really, really good. Can we get past the XJ, whatever it is? Yes, we can. Okay, so we've now got towards the top three. Oh, we didn't like that. We did not like that in the slightest. Okay, we're going to go onto the brakes. Brakes early. Yep, okay, that's good. Let's try and see if we can do what we did on the first lap and try and get past some people. Whoa! Okay, that was close. It did get us up into third somehow, to all that. Never mind. Oh, that's frustrating. So, now I'm intrigued. If we know how it does with racing, which if it wasn't me behind the wheel, it would have actually done pretty well. With that in mind, if we take this thing out to the motorway, let's go and see how quick this thing's actually going to be. Bear in mind, this is fully upgraded on 900 something brake horsepower with the stock engine. We'll go and put the other one on it in just a little bit. Well, it seems at the moment this thing can only reach around 232 to 233, but it is very nicely planted. And look at that, that's fantastic. I could just throw this thing around at any second. I could go over here, I could go over here, and it barely loses any speed, even bouncing off a Bronco. So let's go ahead and put the other engine in it and go and see what that can do as well. So I went ahead and put the Racing V12 back into this thing, and we're now running a 1,191 brake horsepower, which is absolutely mad. So we're going to go ahead, line up here, let's go see. We can indeed launch control this thing, so away we go. Now let's see, what speed can we get out of this thing? Is it going to be a pretty good drag car? I mean, kinda, 202 through the camera, which is not too bad, but it could always probably be a little better. But I'm not the best at tuning stuff, so people out there that know what they're doing can probably make this thing go even quicker. Now, let's go ahead and put some road tyres back on this thing, and we're going to go and find out the top speed of this with the V12. So here we are now with the V12, so away we go on the motorway with our top speed test to try and figure out just how quick this thing could go with 1,191 brake horsepower. So we're going to go ahead and see if that thing can probably beat 233. The previous engine was, yeah, it's done it already. It's done it already, and I've hardly even had time to finish explaining the tune. Okay. Now, while I was looking through some other tunes that people have made, it seems evident that S1 is actually pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and probably downgrade this thing back to S1 and go and take it on Player Azul again and try and see if we can actually win it. Because I've got a good feeling that this thing would be a really good S1 car, as well as a really good mid-range S2 build as well. But in the meantime, let's go and see, can we get 270? 271? Even better. Right, I'm going to go ahead, put the S1 tune on this thing, and we are going to go and take it racing. So in the end, I ended up going for this tune, which was top S1 speed group, to go and see if that was going to be any better. So here we are with attempt number 2 with a different tune, different class, same track. Let's see if this thing can prove itself this time, of which I've got hopefully a feeling that it might be able to. Alright, let's see, we've just got to avoid the water thing there, and move, please, thank you very much. We'll go past that other Jaguar 2, we'll go and sort of bring that down a gear, I guess. And into the first tight corner. If we brake early, we should be able to gently go past those. Right, let's keep on going. This thing's actually really grippy. That's really, really good. Never mind, scratch that. Let's see, we'll get past that Jaguar 2 and the other one on the brakes. Whoa! Okay. Yeah, this thing does not like it if you brake late. You've got to brake early in this thing. I say as I do the exact thing I say not to do. That works. We're going to take a sneaky little line through there. And that brings us into third yet again. I've just got to remember not to miss a checkpoint this time. Or do that. Yeah, was hurt. Let's see, can we get past first? Yes, we can. Thank you very much. That is the lead of the... Are you serious? Okay, here we go again. And that is the lead of the race for a second time. I'm just expecting that XJR to just come alongside at any point now. I know it's just going to happen. But it turns out this little car with that S1 tune is really, really good. Definitely recommend going out and trying this thing for yourselves. It is a seriously really good race car. And I also have a S2 race tune out for this myself, which was the one you saw at the start of this video, which went okay until I missed a checkpoint. So when you're driving, maybe don't do that. Right, let's see. We've just got another lap to hold off the other two XJRs, and then that should hopefully be a first for this thing. Okay, so that's also just a slight bounce off the wall, across the line, in first. This car is really, really nice, and that is fantastic. So that is the XJ220 TWR. This thing is a fantastic, fantastic little race car, and it could well be probably the best S1 car out there. Although there's probably a lot of others that are also just as good, but just from personal experience of driving this thing today, it's actually really, really good, and for sure this thing is going to be kept around in my garage for quite a while. Now there's just one more thing that we need to do, because if you know me and these videos, you know exactly where we're headed. And that is right here, over to the drift zone. So let's go ahead, throw this thing sideways, and see what we can get from it. Oh wow. 35,000 points out of that little drift zone on just the first attempt. And this is with the semi-slick tyres, not on the drift zone tyres, like the drift grip compound thing. Those tyres that make you go slidey. But anyway, let's go ahead and give this thing another little shot at this, because our cars get 2 runs per video. Maybe 3, that one was horrible. Okay, let's see, can we keep it going? 35,000 points going back the other way, so that's keeping it consecutive. Very, very nice. Right, we'll go ahead and drive our way on through here. This thing is actually really, really, really grippy. But yeah, this car is honestly really grippy for what it is. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, the way that you get this thing is via the car pass. So if you have the Forza Horizon 5 car pass, then you can go ahead and pick up one of these for yourselves from today on until the end of time, which is quite a long while. So if you haven't got one yet, go ahead and get one. They're honestly a lot of fun. This car is fantastic. But yeah, that said, thank you very much for watching. I will go ahead and see you all in the next one. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment. I love to read them and try to reply to as many as I possibly can. Yes, I know I'm getting invited to drive in a convoy, hold on. But yeah, I will go ahead and see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching, and a goodbye. Okay, but can this thing fly? Kind of.